guys, welcome back to my channel for some more Demon Slayer episode recap and reviews. This is Merrily Deeds. I am super excited to get into this review. Honestly, last week we were left off on an intense cliffhanger as Tanjiro was put on the Big Bad's map already. Only 7 episodes in and wow, we've already met the villain of this whole series. Not only that, but this guy is pretending to have a family and pretending to be a human when he's not. He's a fake, but he is also so darn evil. He literally doesn't care about destroying other people's lives, as we saw that in last week's episode when he turned a random citizen who was walking with his wife into a demon with a few scratches. Now, he created this commotion, and in this week's episode we're going to see how this whole chaotic scene is going to play out. Jeez Louise, this guy is a real monster. This week's episode, The Smell of Enchanting Blood, we are going to see what the heck is going to go down. Tanjiro starts off with rushing to the man that is now battling himself as he is a demon, and as he takes his scarf off, Muzan really takes an interest into Tanjiro's earrings. I did want to point that out. And he tackles the person and he's holding him down because he doesn't want this person to hurt anyone else. Muzan's daughter starts to cry and he suggests that they move away because this scene is just so awful for them, like he really cares about them. And as he's leaving, Tanjiro's just like, crap, you know, he's getting away, but I have to help this person. What do I do? So right now he's stuck in between 2 choices. Go after the big bad or save this guy. And of course, our good boy Tanjiro decides to save the guy. And while Muzan is, you know, leaving like a sneaky rat, Tanjiro yells out to him, "No matter where you go, I'll follow you. Even if it's in the ends of hell, I swear I will cut your head off with my blade." Now the sneaky rat got away. So back to Tanjiro and the guy, you know, he's resisting him. The cops are coming and the cops are like, "Kid, get off him, is it a drunk?" And Tanjiro's just like, "Please, no, I'm the only one that can hold this guy down. Please bring restraints." And there's a whole crowd watching them, which out of all the crowd, 2 people stand out. It is a lady with the blue kimono with red flowers and a boy with green hair and a white suit. So as you know, the cops are fighting Tanjiro and telling him to get off this guy, Tanjiro's like, no, they're about to hit him with their batons. Before the cops are able to hit Tanjiro, all we see is an arm and someone's soothing voice saying, "Enchanting blood art, aroma visual fantasy." And honestly, the patterns that appeared on the screen were so freaking pretty and vibrant. I loved it. It looked so awesome. So Tanjiro's just like, crap, I'm under attack. What am I going to do? And the lady and the boy appear to Tanjiro as this woman tells Tanjiro that she is shocked that Tanjiro still uses the term person for someone who's been turned into a demon and is trying to save him. She offers her help to him and Tanjiro's like, "Well, you know, you're a demon." And she says, "Yes, I am a demon, but I'm also a doctor and I want to annihilate Muzan." What? So among this chaos, Tanjiro has found somebody who potentially can be an ally and is also a demon. Wow. Cutting back to another scene, we head to what the big bad is up to. So the big bad Muzan is dropping off his fake family and he's telling his wife that he wants to check out with the police what happened, and he's just very worried about the incident that just occurred. Okay, like you didn't freaking cause any of it, right? And he heads into this alley. He runs into 3 humans, which I'm assuming are brother siblings, and they're celebrating the one with like the middle hair's birthday. I don't know what it is, but they're just celebrating him. And Muzan accidentally bumps into him and he is intoxicated. So Muzan does apologize. He's like, "You know, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to like bump into you." And this guy is just egging him on, you know. He's just like, "Oh my god, like you make me mad. Like, where are you going? You and your fancy clothes piss me off." And Muzan's just like, "I'm sorry, you know, I'm in a hurry. Like, just let me go." And this guy just continues to like, you know, get in Muzan's face, and he says something that literally just ticks him the F off. So he tells Muzan, "Your pale face irritates me. It looks like you're about to fall over dead." And Muzan's eyes literally just go insanely into this enraged look. And the guy's just like, hey, did you not hear me, or did you just croak? And before you know it, Muzan just bashes him into the wall and kills him instantly. His sister runs to him and she informs the other brother that he's dead. So this guy's older brother's like, how dare you kill my little brother? And Muzan just kills him with one kick, dude. It's just insane how powerful he can be. But that's not the worst part, guys. The girl got it the worst. This cockroach literally, you know, goes up to her and she's terrified at this moment. She just lost like 2 people. And he's like, do I look sick to you? Does my complexion look like I'm gonna die? And he's like, wrong. I'm being so close to being perfect. And then he does that nail thing where he brings out his nail and sticks his finger in her forehead. And he just starts to fill her up with blood. And as this is happening, he's telling her that it's amazing how the human body actually can't handle the transformation and it destroys its cells. With this being said, she literally explodes and it is the goriest thing I've seen so far. Like, I was so shocked. I was like, poor girl didn't do anything and she had like the most horrendous death, dude. She just completely exploded like a blob. It was so bloody and I was just like, oh my god, poor girl. So he just killed these people, doesn't care. He immediately calls 2 of his servant demons and he orders them to bring him the head of the demon slayer with the Hanafuda earrings. I don't know if that's how you say it, but basically to bring him Tanjiro's head. They're just like, your wishes are command, and they leave. And what happens next was something that I was just like, oh my god, this is getting good, guys. He out of nowhere just thinks those earrings, and he has this flashback and he looks so terrified. Yes, guys, Muzan looks terrified. And in his flashback, we see what it looks like to be Muzan on the floor and a man standing, and that man literally has the same hair color as Tanjiro, has the same earrings that Tanjiro has, and his sword is red. And if we remember back to episode 5, Hanagezuka did want Tanjiro's sword to turn red, so who can this be? I'm intrigued. Cutting to another scene, lightening the mood a little bit, the udon owner is so angry at Tanjiro, not for breaking the plate, but for not actually consuming his udon, and he's telling him that he needs to eat one, and Nezuko as well, and he's like, well, why do you have that bamboo thingy on your, your mouth? And Tanjiro's just like, I'll take 2 plates and I will eat them, and he just starts to eat them really quickly. And I'm so glad he was able to eat them because honestly, it looks so freaking good. As they're heading out, Tanjiro's like, I'm so sorry, Nezuko, of leaving you, unattended like that. And she kind of hesitates, pulling him a little back, realizing that the boy that was with the lady earlier, the one with the green hair, is actually waiting for them. Tanjiro's just like, I could have found you by your scent. And this boy's like, no, she ordered me to take you to her and you wouldn't be able to find us. She's hiding in a place under a spell. So he does notice that Nezuko is a demon, and he proceeds to ask Tanjiro, hey, isn't that woman a demon? And Tanjiro's just like, yeah. And he also calls her ugly, and this scene was hilarious because Tanjiro's like, wait, did he just say eyesore? Because he says she's an eyesore to the boot. And Tanjiro's like, did you just mean ugly? And he starts to freak out on the guy the whole way to this lady's house. He's like, she's not ugly, she used to be the beauty of our town, like, you just need to see her in good light, like, behold her without a muzzle. And when they finally arrive, they go through a wall, and behind the wall, which looks like, it's a dead end, there's a house with a little piece of paper on there. So I wonder if this is what they're using to hide, from other demon slayers or Muzan himself. The boy then continues to tell Tanjiro he could care less what happens to him. He just brought him here because she ordered him to. And as they enter the house, the lady, the doctor, is attending the wife of the guy who was turned into a demon earlier at the beginning of the episode. And Tanjiro proceeds to ask her, how he's doing and how she's doing, and she's like, well, I'm treating her wounds. Unfortunately, I have to keep her husband in the restraint under the basement. She introduces herself as Miss Tamayo and says that the boy's name is Yoshido, and she tells Tanjiro that she has tweaked her body in order to not depend so much on human blood, so they don't have to necessarily consume humans in order to get their energy. So they actually buy blood underneath transfusions to be able to get the only a small amount that they really need in their body. Which Tanjiro then thinks too that no wonder her scent and Yoshido's scent was a little different to other demon scents. She then explains that she turned Yoshido into a demon and she normally doesn't do this. She only does this when somebody is ill or gravely injured, and beforehand she does ask them, you know, do you want to become a demon? And then Tanjiro's a little confused. He's like, wait, I thought Muzan was the only one who could turn humans into demons. And she's like, that's kind of true but not really true. I was only able to turn Yoshido into a demon after 200 years. And Tanjiro's just like shocked. He's like, oh my god, well, you know, how old are you? And Yoshido just gets upset and he's like, you don't freaking ask a lady how old she is, you scoundrel. Tanjiro apologizes, and smelling her scent, he realizes that this is someone who is completely honest and who he can trust. So she is a good demon, and so is Yoshido. They're good demons. Tanjiro then proceeds to ask Miss Tamayo if there's any way possible to turn someone who's been turned into a demon back to human, which she responds that yes, there is a way. Yes! Thank you! We then cut to another scene where the two demons that Muzan originally called are on their way hunting for Tanjiro and the rest of them. And they're a little different from other demons we've seen. They're really cool as well. The girl actually has a weapon, which is a tamari. So it is a ball and she's bouncing it up and down. And the boy has eyes with arrows on his hands, but he doesn't have eyes like, you know, where his eyes should be. And he is able to detect, putting his hands on the floor, he's able to detect their footsteps, and he sees, you know, like there's three of them. One of them is carrying a big box, so his eyesight on his hands has to be super incredibly powerful if he's able to, you know, like see each individual footprint, and also through that cloaking spell that Miss Tamayo has her house under. Yikes. Tanjiro gets super excited. He's like, really? Tell me. And he's like, you know, trying to get close to her, and Yoshido just freaking drops him, and she's like, stop hitting him. And he's just like, ow, that hurt. And Nezuko's like in the little corner. She looks so upset. By the way, guys, while this is going on, Nezuko's just laying on the floor being so freaking adorably cute. I just love her. Everything about her is so cute. Anyways, going back to the review, Miss Tamayo tells him that for every wound there is a cure and treatment, but so far, you know, she hasn't been able to create a medicine yet. But it does take time, and she is in that development. This is what she wants to do. She wants to figure out a way to turn a demon back into a human. But she does tell Tanjiro that she is going to ask him for two things. The first request is Tanjiro has to give her permission to study Nezuko's blood, as Nezuko's condition is really unique and rare. And, you know, she knows for some reason that Nezuko's been asleep for 2 years, and she thinks her body did go under changes, and she's wondering if this is the missing key that they need to be able to turn a transformed demon back into a human. And the second request is that Tanjiro must collect blood from demons closely related to Muzan. And this task isn't going to be easy, because the closer they're related to Muzan, the more powerful they are, and their powers are on par with Muzan. So it's going to be dangerous. You know, these demons are the real deal, especially the ones closer to Muzan. Tanjiro then looks at Nezuko, and she does something so cute. She grabs his hand and she like tucks it in, and she's just being cute with him. And he knows, you know, like that this is gonna require time, that this is gonna require, you know, it's gonna be dangerous. Basically, he has to fight demons who are super closer to Muzan, and he agrees. He tells her that yes, he will do this for her, because if they're able to do this, not only Nezuko will be saved, but other people are going to be saved. And Miss Tamayo smiles at him, which makes him blush, and Yoshido is over here jealous because, yes, Yoshido is in love with Miss Tamayo. He calls her beautiful all the time, and he's just mesmerized by her. And while we're having this, like, you know, funny, cool, chill moment, out of nowhere, boom, an explosion. And before you know it, the demon boy and the demon girl are there. They have found them, and they're exposing them because the girl is throwing her tamaris at him. So at first it looked like she had one, but now she has like two of them. And she's like, I found them, and now we're gonna kill them. And the guy's just like, yep, we're gonna kill you. So now we're left off again on another cliffhanger. What the heck? You guys, the series is getting so great. I feel like I always say like one episode can't get better than the other episode, but it does. And I feel like I'm always like, I'm super excited. This is just great, but it honestly is. I am super stoked. The story's building up so great. There are a couple points that I did want to go over in this episode that just is kind of tying the loose ends to everything now, and I'm just super excited. So let's get started on that. The first point that I did want to point out was Muzan's terrified face about the earrings. What is it with the earrings? He like totally freaked out when he saw Tanjiro take off his scarf. But not only that, we actually had a flashback, and now I'm just wondering, because clearly in the flashback, the man standing before Muzan literally has the same hair color as Tanjiro, has the same earrings, and has a red sword. So if you remember back in episode 5, Hanagizuka did want Tanjiro's sword and kind of expected it to be red. So is this guy someone related to Tanjiro? Miss Tamayo did mention, you know, that 200 years has passed, so Muzan is, you know, ancient. He's been around for a while, so could this possibly be Tanjiro's ancestor who encountered Muzan? Or, you know, like, who is this guy? But obviously, whoever it is a freaking savage, because it literally inflicted, just the flashback of that man inflicted fear all over Muzan's eyes and face. The second point that I wanted to point out is, oh my god, there's good demons. Miss Tamayo and Yoshido are also good demons. You know, they don't devour humans. You know, there's other demons out there that want to kill Muzan. Like, they want to save people from that pain, and it's just really crazy how, like, you know, I didn't think we were gonna get allies as demons, or demons as allies. I didn't think we were gonna get that, but that is super cool to see. Obviously, with Nezuko being an exception, you know, her condition is totally unique and something else, so I'm wondering what's gonna happen with that. But it was just great to see that. And I honestly loved Miss Tamayo's Enchanting Blood. Honestly, the animation on this was just so freaking beautiful. The color palettes and the flowery patterns were just so dazzling to see on screen. Like, the animation just keeps rocking it. Which kind of leads me into my third point, which is different demons. Like, now we are going to see two different kinds of demons. You know, we have seen demons in the past. We have the hand demon, you know, swamp demons, and just different kinds of demons that we saw during final selection. But these two kind of look way differently. You know, the guy has eyes and arrows on his hands, which I haven't seen in any other anime, which I thought that was really great. It was cool. It's a crazy cool new idea for, you know, a villain's power to have. I thought that was super sick. And the girl has these, like, you know, temari balls that she freaking just throws, and they destroy buildings like nothing. So I'm just like, Jesus, are these demons close to Muzan as well? Like, a little closer than the past ones were. So I'm stoked to see in next week's episode what's gonna happen with them, and how Tanjiro and all of the gang is gonna, you know, react to this attack, and what they're gonna plan and what they're gonna do. And the last point that I wanted to touch about this episode was Muzan'S power. He is OP, guys. Like, he honestly is super OP. He was able to transform that dude with a few scratches into a demon. Not only that, but he was able to take out 2 humans with one single blow. And, you know, he violently killed that girl. He didn't care. He has like no soul whatsoever. He doesn't care whose life he damages. He doesn't care how many humans he has to kill that are in his way. And it just shows that, you know, he's a cold-blooded monster. And the kind of the way he spoke to his subordinates, again, I want to point out, it's kind of like very demanding, very like, he just snapped his fingers and they appeared, and he said his request and they left immediately. So it's just like, this guy is something else, you know. He's been around for a while too, so I'm just scared. I'm like, how powerful is this guy? Because he inflicts fear. He's just evil, guys. So he's a tough villain, and you know what, I can't wait to see him get what he deserves because he's out here destroying lives and he's a fake rat that pretends he's a human, and that is not okay. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this review. I am super stoked for next week's episode. I'm assuming we're gonna get an amazing, majestic battle, and I cannot wait. I will see you guys all next week. Thank you again once more for watching. Please, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more, please subscribe. My schedule did change a little bit, so I will be releasing my videos on Fridays now. But if you guys just want to see more of my nonsense talk, hit that subscribe button, and please feel free to comment down below. I am always open for any discussions. What did you guys think about this episode? What do you guys think about Miss Tamayo and Yoshido? Or overall, what do you think about the series so far? Do you guys like it? Do you guys not? Thank you again once more for watching. This is Merrily Deets out. You guys have a blessed day.